Joy Guru, I am Amalendu Chatterjee. I am an ex-associate professor and a SPR. I do discuss religious or spiritual or related topics as far as my little knowledge goes. Do subscribe to this channel of mine, namely Anukul Kotha, if you like my deliberation. Today, I would like to chant 10 slokas, starting from 28th sloka to 37th sloka of the first chapter of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. And then I will try to explain. So, Arjuna uvacha drishte mam sajanam krishna jujutsum samuposthitam sidanti mama gatrani mukham cha parisusyati bepathuscha sarire me romoharsascha jayate gandivam srangsate hastat takchaiva paridajyate na cha shaknomi avasthatum brahmati vocha me manaha nimittani cha pashyami viparitani kesavo na cha sreya anupashyami hatta sajanam ahave na kangshe vijayam krishna na cha rajyam sukhani cha kimno rajyena govindo kim bhogere jivitena va jesamarthe kangsitam no rajyam bhoga sukhani cha toime avasthita juddhe pranantvakta dhanani cha acharya pitara putras tathaiva cha pitamaho matula sasura putra shala sambandhinstatha etanna hantumichhami gnatopi madhusudan opi trailokya rajyasya heto kimnu mahi krite nihatto dhatra rashtanna ka priti sat janardana papam evo ashrayet asman vatva etan atutainaho tasmannarha vayam hantum dhatra rastran sabandhavan sajanam hi katham vatva sukhina sammadhava. So these are the 10 slokas. Let me say the translation, as I have already stated in my earlier deliberations, that I will say the translation of Swami Gambhirananda. So let me state the two slokas at first, I should say simultaneously. There is 28th and 29th. That is, Arjuna uvacha drishte mam sajanam krishna jujutsum samuposthitam sidanti mama gatrani mukham cha parisusyati bepathuscha sarire me romoharsascha jayate gandivam srangsate hastat takchaiva paridajyate. Now, the meaning, or you can say translation, that is, Arjuna said, O Krishna, seeing these relatives and friends who have assembled here with the intention of fighting, my limbs become languid and my mouth becomes completely dry. And there is trembling in my body and there is horripilation. The Gandivo, that is the bow used by Arjuna, that Gandivo slips from the hand and even the skin burns completely. And So, just imagine, just see, that is the weakness of Arjun. Arjun, you see, when he came in the battlefield, he was with all spirit and vigor. He came with all cylinders firing, all guns blazing. But when he saw his close relatives who had assembled there to fight against them, he suddenly changed his stand. He suddenly changed his mind. In other words, weakness has gripped him. You see, and this is bad enough. And Arjuna is trying to trying to say Lord Krishna that that I am seeing my close relatives, and it would not be fair, it would not be prudent to fight against them. And not only that, he is hoping that Lord Krishna would be convinced by his arguments or by his reasonings. So there is tragedy as well as comedy. The tragedy is simply this, that Arjun, you see, by birth, or you can say by Varna, he is Kshatriya. So he should fight. You see, in a holy war, and a holy war has come before him. And he is trying to, I should say, declining himself. He is trying to shrinking himself from the battlefield. It clearly indicates his weakness. In this connection, I may recall one of the sayings of Sister Thakur Anukul Kotha. He has written only one small book named Saptanusaran. And you see, in the first line, I should say, he has stated like this, that first of all, we must wage war on weakness. And we must be bold and brave, for weakness is sin incarnate. He is telling that weakness is sin incarnate. But here you see that Arjun, you see, being Kshatriya, he is declining himself, he is shrinking himself from the holy war. This is the tragedy. But the comedy is simply this. That means the tragedy is that he is now succumbed. He has completely succumbed to weakness. You see, to fear. And he is actually gripped into delusion. That means at this very moment of time, he has completely forgotten the very real nature, you see, the very nature of his inner self. So therefore, it is the situation. But the comedic part is simply that he is telling all these arguments, he is telling all these reasoning to whom? To a person who is the very epitome, who is the very embodiment of justice, who is the very embodiment of justness, who is the very embodiment of, you see, you can say, who is the very bold and brave person of the whole universe. And he is telling like this. So this is the comedy. Now anyway, and then coming to the 30th and 31st sloka. Na cha shaknomi avasthatum. No, I'm telling, yes. Na cha, starting from Gandibang. Gandibang sangsate hastat takchaivo paridajjate. Na cha shaknomi avasthatum brahmati vacha me manah. Nimittani cha pashyami viparitani kesavo. Na cha sreyo anupashyami hatva sajanam ahave. Nakang. So this is the saying, or you can say, these are the sayings of Arjun. As he is telling like this, that moreover, O Kesava, I am not able to stand firmly, and my mind seems to be whirling, and I notice the omens to be adverse. Let me state it again. Moreover, O Kesava, that is Krishna, I am not able to stand firmly, and my mind seems to be whirling, and I notice the omens to be adverse. You see, he is here he is saluting Krishna as Kesava. The other name of Krishna is Kesava. The literal meaning of Kesava, that is, if we break the term Kesava, we may get three components. Number one, Ka. It means that it's a Brahma, that is the god of creation. And then Isha means Rudra, that is the god of destruction. And Bhoti means who imparts power to them. So since Arjuna is telling that since you are above all these things, maybe we may sink into sorrow and delusion, but since you are above all these things, so you will save me or save us in this it's a complete distressing condition. He's telling like this. So therefore, he's saluting Krishna as Kesava. As I've already stated in my earlier deliberations, that each and every word that is used by Lord Krishna has its own connotation, has its own importance. Because Gita is told by none other than God himself. And therefore, sometimes we see that Arjuna is saluting Krishna as Kesava, then thereafter we will see he is saluting Krishna as Govinda, and then Madhusudan, and then Janardhan, and each and every word has its own connotation. I will come into the later on, coming to that. So therefore, he is telling that. And then besides that, yes, and he is telling that is the besides, I do not see any good to be derived from killing my own people in battle. O Krishna, I do not hanker after victory, nor even a kingdom, nor pleasures. He is telling like this. That is, he is above all these earthly pleasures like that and this. He is not hankering after. He doesn't hanker after kingdom, nor pleasure, nor happiness, everything. Yeah, and he thinks that just to kill, close relatives is a sin, but it is not at all. In this case, it is sheer weakness, nothing else. It is sheer weakness, and Arjuna is thinking that this is not weakness. This is rather, you can say, it's a kind of that I have sympathy, that I have compassion. These are the proofs. Arjuna is trying to show to Lord Krishna that I am showing the sympathy, I am showing the compassion towards them. But it is not. In the disguise of compassion, in the disguise of kindness, it is simply sheer weakness. And Arjuna should not do this. This is the lesson that we will see later on from the mouth of Lord Krishna himself. And then coming to the 30, and then 33rd and 34th. Je samarthe kangshitam no, coming to the Kimno rajjeno govindo kim bhoge jivite no va. Je samarthe kangshitam no rajyam bhoga sukhani cha toime avasthita juddhe pranantvakta dhanani cha. Acharya pitara putras tathaiva cha pitamaho matula sasura pautra shaila sambandhinas tatha. Etanna hattumichhami ghnato pi madhusudan opi trailakya rajyasya heta kimnu mahi krite nihatto dhatra rashtrana ka priti sat janardana. Actually, I have chanted so many slokas. Now let me tell the translation. He is telling that O Govinda, as I have already stated, O Govinda, what do you need? What do we have of a kingdom, or what need of enjoyment and livelihood? You see, those for whom kingdom, enjoyments, pleasures are desired by us, be it teachers, uncles, sons and so also grandfathers, maternal uncles, fathers-in-law, grandsons, brothers-in-law, as also relatives, these very ones stand arrayed for battle, risking their lives and wealth. That is, here Arjuna is arguing like this, that for whom we should desire enjoyments, we should desire kingdom. You see, they are because of our close relatives. But I see that those very close relatives, they have assembled here to fight against us. So it's no use of doing such things. He is telling like this. But he is saluting here. You see, as or he is saluting Krishna somewhere as Govinda. Why Govinda? It's because of the fact that is Govinda means that is he who, being the presiding deity, is aware of the activities of the organs. So therefore Arjuna is pleading that Krishna, while he is addressing Krishna as Govindo, means that he is already aware of the detachment from mundan goals. That is, he is telling that these enjoyments, these kingdoms, you see, hoping for kingdom, hoping for enjoyments is simply, these are the mundan goals. And being you are as you being the presiding deity, you see, of the activities of organs, you are already aware of such detachments of mind. He is telling like that, and see thereafter he is saluting Lord as Madhusudan. Why? Madhusudan means he who is the very founder of Vedic path. And Arjuna is pleading that since you being the very founder of Vedic path, you must not urge me to engage in un-Vedic war. He says un-Vedic war. That means Arjuna is treating this very war as un-Vedic war. This is the tragedy. He is telling such. But this should not be the case. Arjuna is telling that you should fight. Sorry, Lord Krishna is telling that you should fight. But even then he is telling that he is thinking that this is an un-Vedic war. This is the tragedy. And comedy is that he is trying to, he is hoping that he can convince Lord Krishna. This is the comedy as well. And then coming to the next sloka, that is, he is telling like that, oh Madhusudan, if I am killed, I do not want to kill these, even for the sake of kingdom extending over the 3 worlds. What to speak of doing so for the earth? Let me tell it again. Oh Madhusudan, even if I am killed, I do not want to kill these, even for the sake of a kingdom extending over the 3 worlds. What to speak of doing so for the earth? And then he is telling the Janardhan, he is telling the 36 and 37. Let me chant it again. That is, you see, and then coming, yes, Nihatta dhatra rashtanna ka priti sat janardana papam evo asraye tasman hatva etan atutainaho tasmannarha vayam hantum dhatrarashtran sabandhavan sajanam hi katam hatva sukhina sammadhavo jaddapi etena pasyanti lobho pahato chetosaho. And then so the meaning of the translation of 36 and 37, there is, oh Janardana. Now here Arjuna is saluting Krishna as Janardana. Oh Janardana, what happiness shall we derive by killing the sons of Dhritarashtra? Sin alone will occur to us by killing these felons. He is telling like this. And 37, translation of 37 sloka, therefore it is not proper for us to kill the sons of Dhritarashtra who are our own relatives. For, oh Madhava, how can we be happy by killing our kinsmen? He is telling like this. That means, in conclusion, I must say that Arjuna here is trying to convince Krishna by saluting him in very many names. For example, he is saluting as Krishna as, you see, Janardhan. Janardhan means he who afflicts creatures. That is, Arjuna is telling that it's not prudent for us, it's not proper for us to kill our own relatives, because it would create sin. In other words, sin would occur us. This is the this is the reasoning of Arjuna, and that is why he is telling that if they are at all to be killed, then you please kill them, because you can afflict creatures. You see, you actually kill creatures during cosmic dejulations. So therefore, no sin would occur to you. You people, you can do that, but it's not prudent for us to kill them. This is his reasoning. And there again, he is telling, he is saluting Sri Krishna as Madhava. Madhava means that is the husband of Lakshmi. That is the goddess of fortune, prosperity, and everything you can say. That is goddess of fortune, prosperity, and beauty. And therefore, being so, you should not urge me into unholy war. That is always he is trying to convince. He is trying to convince Krishna that you being the husband of Lakshmi, that is the goddess of fortune, prosperity, and beauty. You must not urge me to engage into this unholy war. So, in conclusion, I would like to say that though Arjuna does not belong to the category of common people, he is considered as one of the greatest disciples of Lord Krishna, but still Arjuna is doing wrong. In other words, even the greatest of disciples, they do sometimes wrong. Only the God, that's the reason why you can say here lies the importance of God. He shows the right direction for us. And so this is more or less the lesson, you can say. And if I may give a title of these 10 slokas, that is, Arjuna is succumbed to weakness. Arjuna is succumbed to delusion. Arjuna has forgotten the real nature of his inner self. And you can say he is doing all sins, but he is telling that he is doing all virtues. Just opposite. That is, since he has changed his mind, since he has changed his stand through 180 degree, that is just opposite. That's why he is telling all these, he is advocating all these arguments, all these reasonings, and hoping that Lord Krishna would be convinced. Thereafter we would see that Lord Krishna would simply weep, actually. But Arjuna is telling something. Arjuna goes on telling all these reasoning, all these arguments, in this first chapter, as well as, you can say in the first half of the second chapter as well. And after careful, you can say after, patient hearing, Lord Krishna would simply whip Arjuna and say, as Sri Raghunath Anukul Kotha stated, that that is, first you must wage war on weakness. What you say as compassion, what you say as kindness, it's not actually that, it's simply weakness. So you must be brave and bold, and you must, and unless you are brave and bold, unless you are sincere, you have no right to enter into the kingdom of virtue or kingdom of heaven. So live in love. Jai Guru.